Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Pixie again, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Pixie. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you happen to be doing right now. I hope you're doing it fabulously and safely and taking care of yourself and your loved ones. It's gonna be another awkward video, so here we go. Cheers to that. So, I've really been trying to get back into the swing of things. My videos have been so spaced out, and I apologize for that. But my house is literally turned upside down right now. We started on the bathroom remodel, and I was just like, oh, new floor, new tub, you know. No. Everything had to come out and be redone. My entire bathroom contents are sitting all over my living room and my dining room, and it's just so bad. I just want my house back. So yeah, it's a little hard to record and like spread out if I have a craft or something in mind, or like a photo shoot, video, outfit, something, anything really, because you have to like tiptoe around the floor, and where everything is supposed to be is a mess right now, as I already said. So there's literally this giant trash bin outside this door behind me, full of old wood and drywall and bits and pieces and bobs and whatchamacallits, and the boys are in and out. I haven't been able to mop my floors, and if anybody knows me, I am a clean freak when it comes to my floors. I do not allow shoes in the house, so I have to cringe every time I see work boots and mud and drywall dust, and it's driving me crazy. So tonight we are going to start a craft, and I'm just going to ramble as we do it because I really don't have room to show you exactly what I'm doing, but I'm just going to explain it. It's not like a DIY tutorial, it's just I'm going to do this and I'm going to talk. That's basically it. So I wanted to decorate one of the corsets I got for my birthday haul with my Amazon money from my dad. And because, you know, these Amazon corsets are a little bit plain. And I always see these beautiful embellished corsets that I cannot afford. I don't know. I don't have $400 lying around for a custom corset, so I figured I would just make my own with what I had, and we're going to see how it turns out. I'm probably not going to finish it tonight, but I'm at least going to lay out the pieces and show you what I'm doing. Again, repeating yourself. Awesome, Sarah. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to take another sip of wine, and I'll show you what we're working with. Yes. Yes. So I took the purple underbust corset. It has fuzzies on it, probably drywall dust, and it's just the plain satin-y material, and I relaced it with this ribbon from the dollar store, I believe, just to give it a little pop of color, so it's a little bit different than purple on purple. So we have our corset already laced. I measured out the laces that were already in it and just picked out a ribbon I had in my craft box, so you can find this anywhere. I think Walmart, dollar store, thrift store, whatever, wherever you get ribbon. And I used to do wedding dresses for a business because I'm a seamstress, and yeah, so I have all these bits and pieces laying around. This is actually from an old wedding dress, I think from the 80s, that somebody gave me. So I decided to take the sleeve, and I spent like hours cutting this out of said sleeve. And I imagine it was one of those big poofy sleeve wedding dresses. But we are going to cut out these embroidered pieces off this mesh all the way down, and we are just going to pin them to the corset, and I'm going to sew them on. And that's basically it. And it's going to take me forever to sew them on. So I also have my turtle guy, who I've had since I started sewing. I think I've had him since I was like 12. He's actually like a generic Beanie Baby, but he has a lot of piercings. So this guy has been in my life for a long time. I also have purple thread, but I'm probably going to use the clear thread so it does not detract from the beautiful pearl and lace number we have going on here. And then I have my reading glasses because I'm old, so I can see the stitches, and there's a hair attached to it. So we have my glasses, and I'll probably forget that they're on my head, and I have 3 different pairs of fabric scissors. These are the big boys, and I have cut myself on these many times. These are not like kid-friendly. They're by Ginger, G-I-N-G-H-E-R, and there's the little baby pair and they are so sharp. This is why they have the sheath thing on them, because even when they're closed, if you put your finger on them, I've done this before because I'm an idiot, I've sliced my thumb open trying to get like fibers off. And then we have little thread cutters by Fiskars, so these are super sharp, and I kill anybody who uses my fabric scissors for anything other than fabric. So I hope everybody's doing okay, and I hope that you forgive me for not updating with videos all the time. So these are big pieces, so I might have to cut some in half. But I like that they're skinny pieces, so they can go on each panel of the corset, so I'm just going to cut around them. Other than the house being turned upside down, which is driving me insane, I've been helping my mom at her house, like on our back patio. I'm going to clear the whole thing off and just start over because it is a mess from all the rain we've had in Florida. And Florida actually is in a cold front right now. And when I say cold front in Florida, I mean not cold at all for anybody who does not live in Florida, but it's cold for us right now. It is in like 64 at night and like 76 during the day, so that's a nice break from our 100 degree plus weather. So it's just nice and breezy, and it's nice to sit outside on my porch and read without suffocating in the heat. So these are all going to be big pieces. I'm trying to figure out like where I can cut them to make smaller pieces. I love that it's already embroidered and I just have to cut around it and just sew them onto the corset. I hope this turns out well. And yeah, I'm just cutting random pieces to fit in between the panels of the corset. So yay for that, yay. And yeah, I'm going to speed this portion up so I can start cutting. We're back. So I was just on the floor and I was cutting out the lace, and the good thing about illusion lace is it's so fine, like the backing of the embroidery, so it's almost invisible, which is a beautiful thing when it comes to wedding and embroidery, anything. So this is what we have so far. They're not sewn down yet. I played around with the pieces for a little bit, and I decided not to do every single panel. I just did the front where the busk is, and then by the back lacing I put some pieces. And what I'm going to do is, so you can see what it's going to look like. So I'm going to sew these down. Is this upside down? It is upside down. I'm going to sew these down into place so they're not as wiggly. And I do have pearl beads somewhere, so I figured for every other panel I would actually sew little pearl beads down each piece of boning, just to tie in the embroidery. So we shall see what it looks like. I am very excited. And yeah, that's basically all I did, was I just pinned upcycled embroidery to a corset to sew on to give it a little bit more flair. Look at it wiggle. And it just kind of brings a corset to life, so it's a little bit more interesting to look at, and it has some detail and stuff. So if you want to find lace like this, I'm sure you can find embroidery pieces like that on Amazon or something, or you could do what I did and actually find an older wedding dress or formal gown and just cut the beads off of it. Like these pieces are all backed by that mesh, so they're all one piece, so you don't have to do the fiddly bits. But you can probably buy appliques like this as is if you want to spend the money. But yeah, mine is literally from an old 80s dress, and I just got the idea to do this because I didn't want this really pretty beading and lace to go to waste. So yay for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it tonight. I will show the finished corset in a future video, but I am going to get back into the swing of things of doing my random videos and not space them out almost a week. I usually like every 2 days or every 3 days, so I really, again, apologize for that. And I hope everybody is doing well. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you are not new, welcome back. I love all of you so much. And if you have not yet, do all the things you're supposed to do when you like somebody on YouTube. Feel free to subscribe, like, comment, all the things. And I will talk to you very, very soon. I love you. Pixi out. I also forgot to mention, when you use clear thread, it is just like a regular sewing thread, but it is more fine than like fishing line. But it is definitely clear. This is so hard to handle. It gets messy, it kinks, you lose track of it. It is definitely see-through. So you definitely have to be careful with this stuff because it will get lost if you're not wearing like glasses. And I just use a regular gauge sewing needle. These are called self-threading, so they have a little indent in them that's easier to thread, but I'm lucky I got that on the first try. But yeah, clear thread is a pain in the neck to use because it's so slippery, it'll fall out of your needle if you're not paying attention. It is a headache, but you get that beautiful illusion where you can't see the stitches. It's a beautiful thing, especially for wedding and costume pieces or just overall, but it is just hard to handle because it is so slippery and so thin and so see-through. So just a warning, if you find clear thread and you feel like using this instead of your regular cotton, polyester, whatever machine thread or embroidery, so you don't want the stitches to be visible or thick, it is a good thing to have on hand if you are crafty and a sewer. But yeah, it's a pain in the neck to use because it is just so hard to see, so you have to have really good lighting. Reading glasses help even if you don't need them. I just got these at Walgreens and they're super cute. But yeah, I just wanted to advise a word to the wise. That's, yeah, clear thread is annoying as hell, but I guess I'm just used to handling it, but sometimes it frustrates me and I have to step back and like take a break and I'm like, okay, I'm done for now. That's why I didn't want to show you the final result of this corset. I just wanted to show you like the idea I had so you could modify your own clothes or corsets if you so desire. Get thyself to a thrift store or a craft store and buy some appliques and make your medieval, Gothic, Renaissance, fairy pieces even more beautiful, especially if you are like me and cannot afford that $400 or $500 custom corset. If you want it embroidered and embellished, just do it yourself. It's super easy. I imagine that if it's not too messy, you could even use fabric glue if you wanted to, but I don't know, I was worried about the glue kind of messing up the corset. Oh, I lost a pin. I don't want this to move around too much while I'm sewing it down. But yeah, I imagine you could use fabric glue, but I just don't know with the mesh if it would bleed through and you would see the glue marks. A lot of fabric glue does dry clear, but I don't know if you want that on something as delicate as this. But it's basically to your own discretion, especially if you are not knowledgeable in sewing or if you don't have the time or the patience to hand sew these on. Because I imagine a machine would like eat up the beads and the sequins and the beauty of the pieces. But you definitely have options if you want to decorate your clothes for something cheap and easy. If you can't afford those custom pieces that I just stare at all day long on the internet, just wishing I had that extra money. But you know, if I had that much money, I'd be going towards boots anyway, so if I can make something and at least emulate the expensive pieces I can't have, I'll do that first. So again, I will talk to you very, very soon. Take care of yourselves. Love you. Pixi out. Again. Bye, guys.